Today we're using the fastest killing C9 class that appear in Black Ops 6 Season 3. I popped on the new magazine that just came out for this weapon, and this thing is absolutely amazing. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for the muzzle, I had the ported compensator, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of first shot recoil control as well as 2 ticks of vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment because if you do take those longer range gunfights, your gun isn't going to be shaking or having that really bad recoil pattern. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 30% to the first shot recoil control scale, 19% to the recoil gun kick control, and then 20% to the vertical recoil control. For my next attachment for the barrel, I had the long barrel, and this is going to give you the maximum amount of damage range. This is also going to give you 2 ticks of damage range. I personally love this attachment because your gun isn't going to be hitting like a pea shooter. This thing is going to have the maximum amount of damage range, so that's why the TTK is going to be increased. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with these stats, the damage at effective range is 19.8 and the damage on that is 26, and then the damage beyond range is 42.9 and the damage on that is 15. For my next attachment for my underbarrel, I had the vertical foregrip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of horizontal recoil control. I personally love this attachment because you're able to take those longer range gunfights with less effort, so you're not really going to have to control this gun as much. I mean, if you are using this magazine, you might have to control it a little bit if you are going for those longer range gunfights, but make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with these stats, you're getting 2% to the recoil gun kick control and then 35% to the horizontal recoil control. For my next attachment for the magazine, I was using the C9 10mm auto 30 round mag. This is going to give you 2 ticks towards the damage range, 2 ticks towards the bullet velocity, and then 2 ticks towards the damage. I do gotta say, I personally don't mind this attachment. Would I normally use it? Probably not, just because I would have to control the recoil a little bit more. But if you are looking more towards the damage side, I would definitely rock this. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 10% to the bullet velocity, and then the damage at effective range is 16 meters, and the damage on that is 28. And then the damage beyond range is 38.1, and the damage on that is 16. For my next attachment for the rear grip, I had the ergonomic grip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of dive to fire speed, 3 ticks of slide to fire speed, 2 ticks of ADS speed, and then 2 ticks of jumping ADS speed. If you guys do slide or dive, you are definitely going to love this attachment, because if you do slide or dive, you are going to be picking up your weapon extremely fast, as well as ADSing fast and ADSing fast whenever you are jumping. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 17% to the ADS speed, 18% to the jump ADS speed, 50% to the slide to fire speed, and then 50% to the dive to fire speed. For my next attachment for the stock, I had the infiltrator stock, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of aim walking movement speed. I personally love this attachment because it reminds me a lot of the BO2 stock in the way that you could move extremely fast whenever you are trying to strafe, which is whenever you are ADS and you move left to right, it is going to be a lot harder for your enemies to hit you. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys in here with these stats are getting 18% to the ADS movement speed. Finally, for the fire mods, I had the recoil springs, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of horizontal recoil control and then 2 ticks of vertical recoil control. You guys in here with these stats are getting 10% to the recoil gun kick control, 10% to the horizontal recoil control, and then 10% to the vertical recoil control. Here are all the perks on the screen for the wildcard. Make sure you guys are using Gunfighter, so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with these stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm guessing you don't want to go long range with this C9. No way, I thought that was a teammate for a second.
UAV overflight terminated.
Enemy
Engaging with war machine.
Holy fuck.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint identified.
I need eyes overhead. Enemy, 12. Armored C4, triggering C4.
Hardpoint is active.
This thing isn't too bad.
Hardpoint is secure. Get a UAV on grid.
Inbound grenade.
RCX deactive. Requesting
Oh yeah,
UAV
hostile
above.
trap sighted. Enemy flashbang.
No way, he took me 2 shots.
Hardpoint active. Commence care package delivery. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Okay, get a UAV on grid.
Calling in squad speed. Commence counter UAV operation.
Hey, they just spawn bombs all over the map. That's how we know.
Oh my god, who is this kid? He needs to shut up.
Calling in squad speed. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hostile sighted.
That's 5 for me.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles
There's
have the
no
hardpoint.
way I'm just getting gunned down. I need to use a streak like before.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Requesting recon above. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint active. Operator establishing squad speed. Hostile UAV established overhead. Calling in squad speed. Operator establishing squad speed. Calling in squad speed. Hardpoint is secure.
Triggering C4.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified.
Can't give a break with these dudes. There's no way, Magic.
Hardpoint is active.
Couldn't hit fire him with that. Why?
Triggering C4.
position. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Holy shit, there's a bunch of people in here.
C4 terminated.
Oh my god!
Okay, get a UAV upgrade. Roger that.
Hardpoint locked down.
I think they're so much better at ItzEpic just because they don't pop up on people's screens.
C4 terminated. Mine out.
Thanks for the work. UAV oversight terminated.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified.
Window, window, window.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secured. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. TACOM, launching UAV. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Crimson sent a sleeper. Trust no one. Hardpoint is secured. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Grenade launcher. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint active. Hostiles at the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Get a UAV on grid.
Enemy with Semtex.
Back up. Deploy counter UAV. Remain. Calling in Scorpion. Hostile RCXD is ready up.
Hey, Quan, we about to come back.
Oh my god.
Marshal requesting UAV test.
Then we got the lead.
Got the lead. Now hold it.
Yeah, no, we was pushing for the king.
We got a ball.
Atención,
Hardpoint
inbound
down.
grenade.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Ready, slider flashbang.
I might get watchdogs too. I got all my fucking kill streaks.
Contact, front.
I can't die.
Oh, baby, you need to shut your ass up. Talking to me.
Requesting recon above.
Arming C4 terminated. That's 5 for me.
Of course that C4 did not kill that one dude that pushed me.
Requesting
TACOM,
recon above.
LDR, remark.
Trigger secure. Eyes on Semtex.
Hardpoint locked down.
Enemy flashbang. On target.
Hardpoint located.
Can't creep up the stairs.
Deploy care back. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Sentry turret established.
Okay, get a UAV upgrade. Enemy throwing.
Enemy UAV inbound.
That misplace of a C4 where the gun would fucking kill.
Trigger C4.
Hardpoint is secured. Hardpoint identified.
Oh, it's a battle for the bigger brain.
Hostile UAV established overhead. Hardpoint secure.
No way.
Hardpoint located.
Trigger C4. Heads up, double. They're dead.
Get a UAV on grid. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
UAV standing by.
5 kills. TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
UAV commencing.
Eyes on Sunday.
UAV MTS 50%.
Thermal grenade identity. C4 detonated. Enemy has a shock charge. Triggering C4.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint identified.
Holy shit, there's so much fucking time.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Operator establishing score speak. Hardpoint set. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Heads up, thermal.
We got a rat. Someone find that fucking traitor.
C4 detonated.
Oh,
Hardpoint
yeah,
is secure.
I
Concussion
forgot
grenade.
about
Enemy
that.
unit. Stop thermal grenade.
Oh my fucking god.
Captured the hardpoint.
TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I had that?
Heads up, thermal.
Hardpoint locked down.
Enemy with Semtex.
Hardpoint located.
Thanks for the work. UAV oversight service.
Enemy RCXD detected. Hardpoint active. Hostile requesting under the Hostiles
Yeah,
captured the
Black
hardpoint.
Jacket doesn't assist.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the
What?
hardpoint.
One off your streaks? What the fuck?
TACOM, I need eyes overhead. Operator establishing squad speak.
I don't understand how the fuck that happened.
Hardpoint identified. TACOM, establish watchdog Rio overhead. TACOM, get a care package on my grid. Hardpoint set.
Hostile
Hardpoint
in
is
the open.
secure. TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
Thanks so much for streaming. That's
Tango,
the
let's dance. Fight that out.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Okay, that does not make sense.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint located.
C4 detonated.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Got it.
C4 doesn't go off when I click it. That's fucking cool. I need the C4 to go off like the old C4s. Which I didn't have to click a button for
Hostiles
it.
have captured the hard point. Calling in Score Street. This shit ain't working. We lost the advantage. Operator establishing Score Street.
Let's do the garage.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified.
Suspects ready.
Requesting recon above. Nice. We're pulling ahead.
Watch your target.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint set.
Heads up, frag.
Oh no.
Sector turret established.
C4 detonated.
TACOM, LDBR on my mark.
Eyes on suspects.
Launching authorizing watch out for operation.
Hasta luego.
Oh my god. Of course he was in the mayonnaise.
Hardpoint located.
Tango front.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles at the hardpoint. Commence care package delivery. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles
Kill
captured
two,
the
another one comes.
Target, leveled up. Enemy with
Mark,
suspects.
requesting UAV test. Calling in Score Street. Calling in Score Street. Operator establishing Score Street.
Enemy Archangel eliminated.
UAV fuel check 50%.
Hardpoint is active.
Trigger C4.
Hostiles at the hardpoint. Enemy
Thermal
RCX
grenade identified.
Yeah, this is a perfect place like this.
Hardpoint is secure.
Eyes on suspects.
Target request. UAV exiting AO.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
Arming C4.
We have
C4
the edge,
detonated.
but don't get cocky. This shit ain't over. Hardpoint located.
How the fuck is he seeing me? There's smoke all over.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles at the hardpoint.
Zero sense of humor.
Mano, check your aim.
Standing by. UAV in the turret. Nearby zone.
TACOM, launching UAV. Hardpoint locked down.
Yeah, I don't think my kills are counting anymore. Oh no, it's tracking now. Wait a minute.
Calling in Score Street.
172.